Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Now that my two obligatory informative videos are done for the day, it's time to talk about current events in the online fitness community. And multiple of my subscribers have awared me that Ian McCarthy, aka Ian McStruthers, aka Pop-Tart Fitness, has put up yet another ridiculous training video of him doing Romanian deadlifts with 105 pounds. I'm going to flip it in here. Damn. You know, I think I'm going to go somewhere with this that people never expected. Let me put on my +5 hat of weaponsmithing. Work on skilling up my crafting a little bit, and let's talk about this. Because, you know, I've made videos before giving Ian legitimate concerned advice about his depression, pulling himself out of it, all of this other stuff. And something that bothered me when I started thinking about it, because, I mean, we see problems with even the lifting that he does. We see it. And most people realize who've dealt with any of this that his approach to training isn't even right to helping with his depression and everything else. And I am speaking as someone who has been in the bottom of that hole. I have been at points in my life where I struggled with severe depression. I don't have it anymore. But something I've struggled with personally. And I saw something. You know, it really bothered me when I watched him do that interview with Eric Helms together. They were all Skyping together. And when Ian would talk about his own struggles with training and motivation and his depression just overwhelming him, you could see Dr. Helms's body language suggest he was really uncomfortable with this, right? He was really uncomfortable with what Ian was saying and the way he was putting it. Like, man, I could fix his problems. It was almost the look he had on his face. But you know what? Eric is a coach, and, you know, he runs a coaching service, but I don't think he would ever work for free. He would never work free, even for someone that he supposedly cares about, like Ian. And I'm going to be honest, I don't really care that much about Ian. Ian has burned me in the past. And here's the thing, guys. A lot of you know I've tried to do a lot of things to be a better person, to turn my life around. A lot of that's religious-based. Some of that has to do with my religious beliefs I picked up last year because I've been through my own spiritual and emotional journey. And for me, and I know Ian's not going to want to hear this because I know he's an atheist, for me, part of being a follower of Christ requires me to forgive people when I can, when necessary. I mean, we can't always forgive people. There are some things we can't forgive, let's be honest. You know, Ian did laugh about the fact that my family were stalked and everything. But you know what? I think that goes back to his own depression, his own self-loathing. And I feel like due to my beliefs, I think it's important for me to go ahead and bury the hatchet with Ian. It's important for me to forgive him. And more importantly, I see someone who is struggling, someone who needs help, who is well known in the community out there, who I've tried to give a lot of advice to. And I noticed Eric could have helped him. Eric chose not to. I think that says a lot about Eric Helms. I've kind of ridden his ass a bit in the past too. Ian, I'll coach you. I will coach you for free. All right? That is part of the problem with you and your silly ass training and not being able to pull yourself out of the depression is lack of accountability, lack of proper instruction, and with you having dealt with your depression and everything else, you are not in the right mindset to write your own training goals. You're not in the mindset to be accountable to yourself. You're not in the mindset to be accountable to yourself. You need to actually be accountable and have someone who actually knows something about training, because Ian, you really don't. You picked up all this silly bodybuilding stuff, and a lot of it is complete bullshit. I've seen you spout things along with Sebastian Sunday, who are both tiny, you're both weak. None of you guys ever achieved anything in terms of muscle mass or strength in spite of knowing all this stuff about angles of muscle pull. You need to get on a proper training program. You need to have some actual accountability, someone who you're reporting to make sure that you go to the gym, to make sure you do your work, as you video your lifts, and someone can see it. You need a coach. You need a coach. You are not in the financial situation to be able to afford a coach. In fact, you've been called out for basically squandering other people's money who donated thousands of dollars to you. You're in your own dark place. I have a lot of free time. A lot of free time. And granted, I like to keep my life private. So I'm not interested in coaching people at my home or in person, because I don't want people to know my comings and goings. I don't want people to know what my life schedule looks like. I'm a very private person due to all the crazy stalking and stuff I've dealt with. But you know what? I think in this case, Ian, I will coach you long distance. I will coach you for free. I will coach you for free. I will make you the biggest and the strongest you've ever been. I will help you pull yourself out of your depression. I will coach you. Coach you over the phone, do it through the internet. I am offering to coach you, to actually help you reach your goals and to do something that will help pull you out of that dark hole that you're in, and so that you can be accountable to someone who is responsible, someone who is knowledgeable, someone who knows what they're doing with training, someone who has themselves had to train their way out of being debilitated with illness, physical illness, someone who has struggled with depression themselves, someone who has struggled with PTSD, pull you out of that dark hole. All right, I am offering you my services as a coach. You know how to reach me. You know how to reach me on Facebook. You might need to unblock me there. Reach out to me. You can exchange numbers. I will coach you. Because here's what you need. You need to quit trying to do the silly bodybuilding stuff. You know that you don't have the genetics for it. You know you're not going to use the drugs for it. And if anything, I find that bodybuilders tend to become even more mentally ill the longer they stay involved in bodybuilding. There are exceptions to the rule, but I've noticed a lot of them. You need to be on an appropriate numbers-based strength program, and I don't mean we cheat weight up. I'm talking about with correct technique, correct form. We need to get you strong. All right, you need to get strong on all the basic lifts, and I mean legitimately strong beyond this. Oh, I got to a 225 squat. All right, no. We need to get you to my novice standards that I prescribe for healthy young men, or at least lifetime standards. And you know what? I think you can do that. And I think if we put you on an objective, quantifiable training program to where you can see your changes in strength, your changes in tension on the bar, weight on the bar, changes in workload from week to week to week, and you can see objective progress. It isn't subjective stuff of how do I feel, how do I look in the mirror day to day. I think that will help you. It will put you on a proper schedule. It will make you accountable to someone. And you're going to be accountable to someone who will bust your balls, who will hold you accountable, will hold you accountable to your fans, hold you accountable to your friends, and who will get you to your goals. And you know what? I have people all the time who are like, Jason, I want you to coach me. I'll pay you. And I'm not interested because, quite frankly, they're not willing to offer me enough money to be worth my time. However, in this case, this isn't about the money. It isn't about the money. Because you guys want to be honest, man, if you really wanted me to coach you, I'd probably charge a couple $1,000s a month. And it's not because I think that's what my services are worth. That's what I think my time and my privacy are worth. Nothing to do with the value of the service. But Ian, I will coach you free of charge until you are in such a place that you feel financially stable enough to pay me something reasonable for it. Why don't you give it a try? I will coach you. I will get you the biggest and strongest you've ever been and give you something objective to reach towards to help pull you out of the depression, to do something constructive, to do something positive, and to help you move forward. You know how to reach me, and I want everyone out there who's watching to take this to him and tell him, look, Blaha is willing to coach you. All right, for free. Don't want a single penny. I will coach you. Because I'm getting sick of watching this crap, and it needs to be fixed. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.